Hi, Sunshine Yogis. Thank you for joining me on my channel here. This class is going to be devoted to our core. It's just going to be a quick core sequence. You can use it as a sequence if you want just a blast of like core power, or you could take one or a few of the poses and incorporate them into your own flow. So we will need a block for this practice. We're going to begin in a seated position at the middle of our mats. So come into a cross-legged position. If you prefer to sit up on a block because the hips are a little tight, please feel free to do that. We'll just begin with a right shin in front because we're going to do both sides. But let's start with the right shin in front. I have a little yogi friend here, my buddy Blue Dog, who loves to get in on any yoga session as soon as the mat rolls out. So he is making an appearance here today. So we'll begin in our seated cross-legged position. Let your sit bones root down and begin to feel your pelvic floor. So that's our root chakra, Muladhara, and you want to just feel the weight of it pressing towards the earth. And from that very point, you want a nice long lift of your spine. So just stacking your bones and getting a little more space in the spine, relaxing the shoulders down and away from your ears, and just feeling a nice lift up through the crown of your head. We'll just take a few moments to kind of get settled and maybe begin to close the eyes and start to visualize with your mind's eye where your solar plexus is. So that's just below your navel. It's the third chakra in the chakra system, the Manipura, and it's associated with our sense of self-worth and our strength and our power, our gut, like our gut feelings. It's a very strong energy center. So as we work with it in this particular session, maybe just continue to kind of tap into that energy. It's like a solar power. It's connected to the sun's energy. So you can think of that radiant color, bright yellow. And just let your breath maybe start to breathe in and out from that power center, taking your breath all the way in, through, and down to the belly, and then out. Just making a nice kind of circuit of breath in and out through your nose. Just letting ourselves kind of arrive here. And for a lot of us, core is kind of a difficult word and difficult to perform. You know, if you say core, people usually go, ooh. But when you think about it as a power center and a place where we can tap into to really empower ourselves, then maybe it takes on, you know, a little bit more of an easier way to kind of connect with it, right? So something beneficial, just breathing steadily in and out of your nose. Right, tapping into that center. As you exhale, you may even want to draw your navel towards your spine and just feel that little squeeze, right? Connecting with your core. As we practice, we'll notice that our front bodies and our back bodies are very strongly connected. So particularly the core center helps in strengthening that connection front and back body. Breathing in, feeling your expansion, letting that core center expand open, nice and wide. And as you breathe out, feel the contraction and just pull your belly button towards your spine. All right, let's ease the eyes open. We'll maintain this nice steady breath and just take a simple twist as we lift the arms up and overhead. We're going to turn to the right, bringing our right arm back behind us, and just placing the left hand outside of the knee. Use your right hand to kind of kickstand and press your spine up nice and long. So as you breathe in, you're going to find length, up through the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, you're going to twist to the right. excuse me, roll your right shoulder back. Peel it back. Take a nice deep breath in, one more. As you exhale, lift that right arm up, and you're gonna lean out and over to the left. So you're leaning out and over your left knee, and you're gonna breathe into your right side body. So this is where the obliques of our core lie, right? In the sideways. So we wanna just create some space here, get our breath going, kind of get out any of the kinks in the body. Let your head get nice and relaxed and your neck released. And then you're just gonna sweep that top arm forward. The left arm is gonna join it, and you're gonna crawl your fingertips forward and fold out over your shins, dropping your head down. You should feel a release here now in the outer hips. Just let your spine grow long. Root your sit bones down, stretch your fingertips out as far as you can. Hug a puppy if you have one in front of you. Oh yeah, feels so good. And then gently walk the hands back in, lift the spine up. Take a deep breath in as you sweep the arms overhead once again. As you exhale, you're gonna cactus your arms and just lift your chest. Feel that squeeze of your blades on your back. Nice long lift through the front line of the body. And then place your hands back behind you, fingertips towards your sit bones. Lean back into them and simply change the cross of the legs. So you have your left shin in front now. We'll just do that on the other side. Take a breath in, sweep the arms up. Exhale as you twist to the left. That left hand props itself right at the base of the spine by the sacrum. Right hand outside of the left knee. Take a deep breath in as you get nice and long in your spine. And as you exhale, you're just gonna twist to the left. Wrap your left shoulder back. Take your gaze back if you can. Feel your belly, your core, getting that nice kind of contraction and twist or wringing out sensation. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, that left arm is going to release up and over, and you're going to lean to the right, out and over that right knee. Stretch from your left hip, root your left sit bone, breathe into the left ribs. Relax your head. Feel this side beginning to open up. One more breath. And then as you exhale, we'll just take that left arm forward. Release the right arm, and same thing, walking out so that we can feel the stretch in the outer hips. We can feel the lengthening out of the low back. Prop onto your finger pads if you like, and maybe just shift the sit bones back and down just a little bit more. Breathing in. And breathing out, we'll walk the hands back and in, sitting upright. One more time, take that big breath in, reaching up. And exhale, we'll cactus the arms, lifting the sternum, pulling those elbows back and down. Just feel that great lengthening across the front of the body, contracting the shoulder blades on the back body. And one more time, we'll release the hands back behind us. I'm going to spin around so you can see me. And the fingertips are going to point towards your sit bones, pretty much in line with them. Roll your shoulders back, and your feet are going to line up so that your heels are in line with your sit bones. Wrap those shoulders back and engage your shoulder blades on your back. Press into your feet and hands. Scoop your tailbone and begin to lift the hips up, coming into a reverse tabletop here. Really squeeze the blades onto your back. Engage your inner thighs. Get a good stretch across the front of the body. And now here's where the core comes into play. Take a deep breath in, lift as high as you can. As you exhale, you're going to swing your hips back between your hands. You're going to stay lifted as the legs straighten. So your core is playing a big role here to keep you elevated as you press your hands into the mat. Again, inhale, let's come forward, reverse tabletop. Lift the hips. Press into the feet and the hands. As you exhale, pull your navel toward your spine and pull the hips back, stay elevated and lifted off the mat. Use your core. One more time, inhale, feet to the mat. Pull the hips forward and up. Squeeze the blades onto the back. And as you exhale, let's swing those hips back. We're gonna hover and hold here and breathe as you push the mat away. And release. Yay, good job, guys. All right, let's turn ourselves around into a tabletop position. And we're gonna do just a few rounds of cow and cat, but add a little core element to the flow. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders. You're gonna spread your fingers nice and wide. And then you're stacking your knees below your hips. So you wanna be in this nice squared off position. Check in with your wrist creases, make sure they're parallel to the top edge of your mat. We're gonna stretch our right leg back, plug the toes into the mat and just rock forward and back. Get a little bit further forward, just stretching out that Achilles. Good, giving the ankle a little love. And then once your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, inhale and bring your leg all the way up. You're gonna arch your back as if you were doing cow pose. So you wanna feel that extension. As you exhale, round, bring the knee in towards the nose and push into your hands so that your shoulder blades start to round and dome on your back. Hug your navel in towards your spine. Inhale, extend the leg, lift the heart, reach back through the toes, reach your heart forward. And then exhale as you round and curl into yourself. Really contract as you push the mat away. Hug your belly in and up. Inhale again, let's extend all the way back, reaching the heart forward, leg long. Exhale, tuck, round, curl, and pull navel to spine. Lift your thigh all the way up and in. This time as you inhale, just kick your foot up. So you're gonna bend your knee. You'll get a little contraction of your glute here. As you exhale, same thing, round and curl in, push the mat away. Inhale, kick the foot up as if you're pressing onto the ceiling. Exhale, hug in, round, chin to chest, thigh comes really close to your forehead. One more time, push the heel up. And then exhale to round and curl in. We'll re-extend that right leg, plug the toes into the mat. And one more time, just forward and back. Letting that go. How does your core center feel? A little fiery maybe? Starting to stoke the flame. I can feel it. We'll take the other side, left leg back. Go ahead and root the toes to the mat and then forward and back. Just boiling up the ankle, getting the legs a little bit ready to move here. Good, and then when you're ready, come forward and inhale, lift the leg up, point the toes back, and find that arch of your spine. As you exhale, round and curl in, find that cat back and really pull your thigh towards your chest. Inhale, re-extend, point the toes back, lift your heart. Exhale, round, press into the hands and curl the belly in and up. Again, inhale to extend, nice and long. Exhale to contract, pull everything in. This time, kick the heel up with a bent knee, inhale. Exhale, hug and round in, push into your hands and feel that space between your scapula opening up. Again, inhale, kick up. Exhale, round in. Last one, inhale, we'll kick up. And exhale, hug, round in, hold, lift that thigh towards the chest. And release, bring the knee down. Good. Tuck the toes under. Let's walk the hands back. Take a moment here in toes pose. Maybe bring your hands to your belly, give a little massage. Just feel that action, the heat, right? Stoking that inner flame, that inner fire. Should feel kind of good. Let's untuck the toes. And we're going to just stay on our heels. Bring your left hand back behind you. We're going to press into our shins and the tops of the feet and lift the right arm back for a modified camel. This is a nice way to stretch out the front line of the body, especially the front of the hips. Breathe. And then come on down, switching sides, right hand down, left arm up. Pressing the hips forward, letting the head go. Beautiful, and bringing it down. Let's make our way into downward facing dog. So crawl the hands forward. You want your palms forward of your shoulders. Tuck the toes, and then in your time, begin to lift the hips as you start to straighten the legs. So take any movement here that you'd like to. Maybe it's your first down dog of the day. Maybe it's your fourth or fifth. Wherever you are, just send some love into your legs, right? Being gentle with the opening up of the hamstrings, which are chronically tight. At least they are in me. For most people, they are. Pressing forward and down into your hands and letting the length begin to be created in the spine and the sideways as your tailbone lifts up, your heels draw down. On the next breath in, we'll lift up high on the toes and just curl the spine forward, using your core to come into plank pose, stacking your shoulders right over your wrists and really engaging your thighs, your belly, pressing your heels away. You should feel this kind of inward hugging. And that inward hugging will help you stay supported and lifted. So really pay attention to your core muscles turning on here. Your feet should be at least hips width distance apart, maybe a little wider. As you inhale, both heels are going to drop to the right. So you're going to keep your shoulders square, your torso facing the mat. We're going to work our sideways muscles. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left, feeling that twist through the core. One more time, inhale through center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left. Good, take it back to center, and from your belly button, press back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Let it go with an open mouth. Nice cleansing breath. Check in with that core. Can you feel the heat beginning to rise? Picturing that beautiful bright yellow color right in the center of your body. Draw from your strength. Trust in yourself. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, inhale. Let's come up high on the toes. As you exhale, we're going to come forward into plank one more time. This time, we're going to just lift the right leg, and you're going to keep the foot flexed. Push through the heel. Keep the front of the right hip facing the mat, and just feel the engagement of your core. So front and back body working here, nice and strong. Maybe some wobbles, maybe some shakes. It is to be expected. Smile through it as you bring that right foot down. Switch sides, bring the left foot up. Breathe as you press through the heel. Wrap the front of the left hip down. Keep engaging through the arms. Keep pulling the navel in. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the foot. Inhale, shift forward, and exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Slide your hands down along your lower ribs and hug your elbows in towards your rib cage. Press all 10 toes into the mat. And as you breathe in, use your back muscles to lift. Finding cobra, any height, doesn't have to be a big one. Try to keep the weight in the hands extra light. Feel that lift from your navel all the way up to your collarbone. Breathing in and breathing out, lowering down. Let's slide our forearms forward, and we're going to make a tripod shape by interlacing our hands. Elbows are underneath our shoulders. Coming into forearm plank here, so tuck your baby pinky under so that you have a nice flat grip with your palms there. And then lift up with toes tucked, maybe walk your feet in, and then feel that engagement of your center, really hugging into the midline, pushing back through your heels, breathing in, and breathing out. You really want to push into your forearms, keep your shoulders lifted, try not to collapse into them. Nice deep breaths. And then adding a little bit of a crunch. So as you inhale, you're going to look up at your belly button. So you're lifting just a little bit, kind of piking the body just a bit. And then as you exhale, you're going to pull your chest forward and come back into your plank. Inhale, lifting, squeezing the navel in and up. Exhale to come forward. Again, inhale, pull from the belly button. Imagine you can gaze up at it. Exhale to re-extend. Let's do one more. Inhale, crunch it up. Hold here and breathe. Keep lifting the belly in, keep squeezing it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Re-extend, lower down. Ha. Separate the hands so that they're shoulder width distance apart. Walk those elbows back underneath your shoulders. Let's take Sphinx Pose to release that. So drop your tailbone down, press the front of the hips and the pubic bone into the floor, and then energetically, you're just dragging your elbows back towards you as you find that lift. Really stretching out the front line of the body. This should feel good on those core muscles that just had quite a workout. Let your shoulders slide down your back. Find a smile. Let that inner fire get stoked. It's so good for burning off stuff that we don't need. One more breath in. And then exhale, we'll let it release. Take it on back to a child's pose. So go ahead and shift your hips back towards your heels, rounding the back, a nice counter pose to our gentle back bend and Sphinx. And breathe here. You're welcome to take your arms back alongside of you with the palms facing up for more of a shoulder release. Just check in with your core. Check in with your breath. Yeah, good stuff, guys. All right, slowly bring yourself upright and make your way back into downward facing dog. I'm going to turn around so you can see where I'm going for this next sequence. We're going to inhale that right leg high, so reach it up. You want your hips to stay square, and as you exhale, you're going to shift into plank and bring your knee towards your nose. So just like we did in tabletop, but now in downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the leg back and up, nice and long. Exhale, knee to nose, round, and as you push into the earth, pull your thigh up. Last time, inhale, let's stretch it back. Exhale, knee to nose, round it, and then step your foot up by your thumb and plant your left hand and begin to take a twist from your core center, opening to the right. So you want to feel this like right in your midsection. You can even take your right hand and kind of scoop your left ribs up and underneath you so that they're rolling underneath you and those right ribs are rolling up to the top. Breathe as you kind of shift your right hip back. Really concentrate on that midsection, feeling that beautiful twist. Good. Now crawl your left fingertips a little bit further forward, okay? We're going to turn all 10 toes to the right. So you're going to open more to the long side of the mat, and you're going to walk your right foot down so it's a little bit more at a 90-degree angle, middle of your mat. Drop your right arm down and let your hips sink towards the floor. This is your inhale. As you exhale, you're going to press the mat away, lift your hips, and arc your arm overhead. So we're working those obliques once again. Really nice side body stretch here. Inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Push into your feet. Good. Inhale, lowering down. And exhale, lifting up. Good. Lower that right hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Take any movement you'd like here. And just kind of take a moment to really feel into your side legs. Breathing in and out along that left and right side. Oh, so beautiful. We'll switch sides. Left leg comes up now. Reach it up and back nice and high. As you exhale, knee to nose. So you're going to come forward into plank and then lift your thigh towards your chest. Inhale as you stretch that left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Really hug and pull in. Last one. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, take it forward. Lift, 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 lift. And then step the foot through. On the other side, this time you'll see it from my back side. The right hand plants. You're going to turn the chest from the navel, or turn from the navel center, rolling the chest and the shoulders open to the left as your left arm reaches up. So feel those right ribs. You can even take your hand and just kind of encourage them to roll underneath you. Left ribs rolling up, heart lifting. Breathing into this beautiful twist, and then really concentrating, focusing your awareness on your core. One more breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to crawl those right fingertips forward and spin all 10 toes to the left. Walking the left foot halfway down the mat. As you breathe in, let the left arm drop and your hip drop. As you breathe out, you want to push the mat away and arc and lift. Use your sideways muscles here. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to press up. Last one, inhale, lowering. And exhale, pushing the mat away. Feeling that nice arc. Stay here for a breath. Beautiful. And then bring the left hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Big breath in, open mouth, exhale, let it go. Shake everything out. Good, and then come up high on the toes, walk the feet in just a teeny tiny bit, bend the knees, and we're just gonna jump to a seat through to a seated position, landing on our bums. So everybody knows this pose, and most people have a strong opinion about it. Boat pose, Navasana. So there are lots of ways to take this pose. So I'll show you the base pose, and then you can go, progress from there if you'd like. So hands come back behind you. You're gonna lean back slightly on the sit bones and lift your legs up so that your shins are parallel to the floor. Try not to round your back in any way, but keep the chest lifted. So you're lifting out of your low back. Kind of hug the thighs in together. You should already feel the engagement of your lower belly. If this feels okay, maybe you want to progress by bringing your hands to the backs of your legs. And if this feels okay, maybe you want to separate the hands all together and reach them forward towards your toes. Wherever you are, put a big smile on your face and just feel that fire. Yeah, really good stuff. Lots of wobbles here, that's okay. Don't worry about it. For those of you who'd like to go a little deeper, we'll inhale and float the body over the floor in a low boat position. Then we'll exhale using our belly muscles to pull ourselves back up to Navasana. So as we inhale, we'll lower down, flex your feet, look at your toes. Exhale from the core, pull yourself up. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to lower down, hover, engage. Exhale, strong belly pulls you up. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, come on down. And exhale, bring yourself up. Good. Cross the legs. Congratulate yourself wherever you are. And take an easy twist to the right, just to bring out your belly. Easy twist to the left. That should feel pretty satisfying now that you're done with it. Take your block. We're going to come on down to the mat. So have it nearby. Place your feet so that your heels are in line with your sit bones. Separate the hands. Tuck your chin to your chest and take a slow roll down all the way onto your back. Now go slowly so you can use those strong core muscles that we've been working with. Bring your arms all the way overhead. Let your knees draw into your chest and then just give yourself a good hug. Little side to side here. We're almost done, so hang in there. Remember, you can take 1 or 2 or 3 of these and kind of incorporate them into your own practice, or you can just do this as a core flow if you're really hungry for waking up your midsection. All right, take your block. You're going to place it the long way between your hands, and your palms are going to hug the outer edges. Extend your legs all the way up to the sky with your feet flexed. So we're going to breathe in, and the arms are going to lift forward. We're going to take the block and place it between our feet. Hug the block with the inner arches, and as you exhale, you're going to lower both the legs and the arms until they come to hover over the mat. So really let your low back sink into the floor here. You feel that engagement of the belly. Inhale now, lift the arms and legs up to meet, pass the block to the hands. And as you exhale, you're going to lower down, pressing the palms into the block, lowering the heels and the arms with care. Good. Again, inhale, floating legs and arms up to meet, passing the block to the feet. And then exhale as you slowly engage the legs and the arms. Take everything down to hover. Last one. Inhale, come on up. Woo, feel that. Pass the block to the hands. And then exhale, lower down with control. Your feet stay flexed. And this time we'll take it all the way down. That should feel really good to let go of that. Give your belly a good pat, right? Say thank you, strong core, for all that hard work. And then we're going to take the block and we're going to slide it between our thighs. So the long way between our thighs, place the feet on the floor, again with the heels in line with the sit bones. You may even be able to feel the back of your heels with your hands extended alongside of you. Let's take bridge pose. As we press into the feet, you're going to scoop your tailbone up and lift the hips high. You may even want to wiggle your shoulders together and interlace your hands below you. Give that block a good squeeze with your inner thighs. And then feel that nice release across the front line of your body. Front of the hips, belly, chest, everything opening up, your quads. One nice big breath in. On the exhale, separate the hands if you had the bind, and then slowly roll yourself down, one vertebra at a time. Land your tailbone down. Beautiful. And then lift your knees into your chest. You're going to keep, or actually bring them up to a tabletop position. You're going to keep that block between your legs. Let's cactus the arms for this. And you're just going to let the backs of the hands rest on the floor. Flex your feet, knees over hips, and ankles in line with your knees. Again, coming back to our obliques. So as we breathe in, we're going to find center. As we breathe out, we're going to let the knees drop to the right, taking a little twist, and they're just going to hover there. We're not going to let them touch the ground. So you should see or feel that left oblique getting a nice stretch here. Squeeze the block and inhale, roll back to center. On the exhale, you'll take it over to the left. So the trick here is to keep your shoulder blades onto the floor. Inhale, squeeze the block, come to center. Exhale, hover over to the right. And if you can, really drop your mind's eye into your core center. Inhaling through center. Exhaling, and just feel that stretch. Those obliques working for you. Inhale, now your core muscles right in the center, helping to bring you back to center, and then exhale off to the right. And then one more here, inhale, drawing back, and then exhale over to the left. Oh, that should feel really good. Beautiful, let's come on back. We can release the block, bring the feet down, and just hug the knees into your chest. Maybe take little circles with the sacrum, go in both directions. Giving that core a lot of thanks, giving your body a lot of thanks, and just really tapping into that energy center, right? And the energy and the heat that we created in this short practice. Good, we'll go ahead and extend the legs. Give yourself a moment to rest in Savasana, turning the palms up as they reach away from your body. Let your feet just flop open. And allow yourself some time to really sink in and release. This is a time of integration, so all the work and the efforting that we did begins to integrate in our body on all levels. And then maybe really you can feel what was activated in your core as you just take a body scan, noticing how bright and alive that part of your body is. It's really healthy to develop a good relationship with our core. It will keep our bodies young and supple and working for us for a very, very long time. You are welcome to stay here in Savasana as long as you would like. For the rest of us, if you're ready, let's go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself that one last good squeeze. And then just gently rock yourself up and take a seat. Coming back where we began and just feeling the effects of your practice. Closing the eyes. Enjoying that sensation of that yoga glow. Remember, you can always come back to this practice anytime you need to fire up that midsection. And I hope to bring more little short tutorials and short practices to you for exactly this reason, something to just bite-size, take as a bite-sized piece and to do with as you please. It was my pleasure and my honor to guide you. Thank you so much for showing up, and I look forward to seeing you again, all my sunshine yogis. Namaste.